Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Program with Santier. I'm Santier, and today we're going to keep working on the task tracker program. Hooray! So there's a couple of things that I was thinking about in terms of functionality that I want to have, and some of it does have to do with needing to do stuff here, but one of the big things that I want to do is over here. This guy has I want to add something to it, which is I'm gonna add a list of time spans, and this is going to be I don't know, alerts. And what these are going to be is these are going to be periods of time that, and right here, it needs to basically check. So let's just make a bool. Let's see. Notification equals this bit right here. And then if notification, let's just go if not notification. Actually, no, the way that I want to structure this is going to be a little different. I'm going to go for int I equals 0, I is less than alerts.count, and not notification plus I. So this is just kind of like a shortcut right here. Basically, as soon as there's a notification to give, it's just going to stop checking for notifications because it doesn't need to notify multiple times. So what we're just going to have right here, but also if we already are going to be sending a notification, there's no reason to send it again. So we're going to add right here is if, let's see, due date minus alerts I is less than date time dot now. Then what we want to do is notification equals true and alerts dot remove at I. Okay. So what that's basically going to say is, hey, we've crossed the time. So confirm whether or not to display a notification. As long as we aren't displaying a notification, check to see if any of our alerts should display a notification. If we're displaying a notification, so one of the things though that probably I will want to eventually add to this, well, I don't know, like this right here might work sufficiently. It might work sufficiently. But something that I am like keeping in mind. Actually, did I update the toString on this? No, because I want this to be in the year, month, day. I know. Let's just do this in month, day, year. Hour, minute format. I should make that show up in kind of the way that we're doing things. So the idea then is this is going to, actually, let's just go ahead and copy paste that formatting string over to here. So this will tell us what task is due, and it'll tell us when it's due. So that should hopefully be sufficient with these. But the idea here is that this will give us some sort of yeah, this will give us a time. So, like for example, let's say there's something happening, I don't know, in 2 weeks. Then we can add an alert for, hey, 2 weeks from now, do this thing. So that's kind of the idea. So I'm going to need to add support for adding those, of course, as one might expect. So I'm going to go ahead and just go for it. But this is something that I definitely want to have, so. Going to enjoy a little bit of water. Okay, so I'm just thinking through a little bit ahead of time of some of the things that I'm going to need to do. Anyway, I need to go in here, and I'm going to add a panel right here. I could call it alerts. Yes, go ahead and set this to auto scroll, and its back color should be dark. And border style fix 3D, so that way it looks like it's inside. Okay. This is genuinely wider than it needs to be. But you know what? That's okay. And then go ahead and move this. Actually, let's go ahead and I'm gonna do some more stuff to this. Okay, I want a group box. I'm gonna just call this alerts. And drag this into here. Now, do I have... Aha, I do. Yeah, I need to make use of docking more often. It'll save me a lot of headache. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so now I can kind of resize this, as it were. Just down to, like, here. Actually, I don't want to dock this. Top dock. It doesn't need docking, but the reason being I need a button to add an alert. Add alert button. Okay. Add alert. So I'm going to need to do stuff like when this loads to load the alert, but alerts.controls.add. So I need to go ahead and go for each time span alert in owner.alerts. Let's go ahead and make a date time picker. DTP equals new one of these guys. So this is an interesting question. Actually, this might be easier if I for each it. Or rather, instead of for each it, if I for it. So I'm going to change this to a 4. And I equals 0, I is less than owner.alerts.count plus I. I. Whoop. equals. And then this is going to need to add this. Now, this is an interesting question. I haven't done much with docking, so I kind of want to see what would happen. I'm just going to grab a couple of buttons here, and I'm going to give this one a top dock. What happens if I give this one a top dock? Aha, they order. Fascinating. So what I have just learned is that I need to use docking a heck of a lot more than I have. So you've just discovered me discovering something. Docking, apparently it's fantastic. Dock equal dockstyle dot top. And I need to set dot what do they call it? Format? No, is it time? I think it might be time. I don't know. Dot time. Is this handles time spans, right? Or am I just getting really confused? And was there something else that handled time spans? This has a value of a date time. I thought there's also a way of like setting some sort of time span for it. I might want to just here. Let's go ahead and look at this guy and see what it has. Because obviously the value is like in this format there, but excuse me, I want to interesting. I want to have this basically allow me to set a time span instead, but it might be that there was something else that was better for that. Let's go ahead and look at our toolbox. I feel like I've been a little bit less chatty this one, but that's just because I've been kind of thinking, I guess. I'm not sure. Interesting. List view is not what I'm looking for. So there's a date time picker. And there's a thing that does, yeah, a monthly calendar. It's not what I want. I was thinking of using, actually, now that I think about it, a masked text box, which I think I could potentially do with the right formatting. So let's drop one of these guys and see, because I would want to do something like number, number, colon, number, number. Number, number, something like this. But I'm not sure. This is where, okay, let's go ahead and look up a masked text box. This guy right here. Wow. Okay. Let's just masked text box. There we go. I don't know why is. I think I was getting like some sort of partial thing that was giving me a bunch of garbage I didn't want. Because what I want to do is I want to figure out what the mask needs to look like. Because unless I know what the mask looks like, I can't really set it up properly. Let's see. Digit required. They'll only accept any single digit between 0 and 9. Okay. Okay, so I want to use like zeros there. Okay. So just looking through this, it's very clear that what I'm going to want to do is use zeros, not pounds. So I'd want to use a mask like that with the default value of like that. So the first part would be the day, and then the hours, and then the minutes, if that's not clear. Because I could do something where it's just hours, I guess, for lack of a better word, but yeah. Okay. So I think that's better. So I'm just going to quickly check if a date time picker, if I go to the time format, okay, that's just a time of day. So that does not do what I want at all, which is good to know. It's good to know. So I guess a masked text box is going to be the way to go. So let's go ahead and change this from that to a masked text box. And then set our mask equal to days 0, 0. Oh, 0, 0. Yeah, because I don't think it would make sense to allow anything beyond like 99 days. Day, hour, minutes. I'm just going to do that, see how that works for setting this up. Validated. Validating. Type validation. I'm going to go over here. Mask text box mtb equals new. No, not new. Mask text box sender. Int index equals int mtb dot tag. Have an extra set of parentheses that I don't need. Okay, so that's going to get us important information. So this is going to need to actually go ahead and do a similar thing to this right here. So I'm just going to actually copy this. And go like that, except I is going to equal owner.alerts.count, because we're going to add a new one. And owner.alerts. Add new time span. Okay. Now, when this has validated, what I need to do is go owner. Oh yeah, this is also going to need to do like DTP dot text, and then this is going to be like owner dot alerts I dot let's see here. I'm going to need to do it let's see, can I specify how I format it? Okay, so I need to look at timespan dot toString. So just pull up timespan. Dot toString. This one. So timespan format string. Okay, so what does this give us? Wait, I just clicked on the wrong thing. Did I click on the wrong thing? Now I'm really confused. Okay, so I'd want something like what? DD. This probably. DDHHMM. Okay. So this is going to be like DD hyphen HH colon MM. What? Now I'm confused. This feels like. So that makes it like a string literal sort of thing. This feels like a different language. But it's not. Interesting. Yeah, I agree that's an unrecognized escape sequence, but apparently you put the little ampersand in front and it makes it all better. So I don't know if that's going to do exactly what I want or not, but, you know. Index dot equals a new time span, and here's where I'm going to need to like parse the information I'm given, so I can put in days, hours, minutes, and 0 seconds. Okay, so int days equal some equals 0, int hours equals 0, int minutes equals 0. So what I need to actually kind of do here is make sure I know what sort of data I'm getting out of this thing. So I'm just going to come in here. I'm going to throw in a breakpoint and just test stuff. See what information I get when I change it and it validates. Drink some delicious water, as I like to do. Everyone probably knows. Yep. Add task. Yeah, I need to figure out how I want to do that. Add a due date. You'll see that the due date formatting is now a little bit different. I need to remember to add TT to the end of that, so I can have it in the same format as up here, but add alert. Okay, so obviously there's a problem because A becomes a thing. So I'm going to need to look up how to make sure A doesn't become a thing, as it were. If I go in here and I go 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, A? I don't know what A is supposed to be. Obviously, this is not validating. Okay, so what do we get out of this? What is its text? Is really what I'm wanting to know. I know what its mask is. Its mask is a little broken. Let's see. So that's what its text actually looks like, apparently. So I'm going to need to figure out how I want to do this. I'm not entirely sure that I like it doing it this way. And what I might do, yeah, I don't quite like this. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is, instead of pursuing this particular course, I'm going to make a custom control to handle this. So that to me just makes more sense. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to add a... I'm hesitating a moment because I'm thinking, is this something that would be more useful to put somewhere else? I'll go ahead and put it here. And we'll call this a time span setter, I guess. So what I want right here is a couple of labels, days, hours, and minutes. And then I'm actually just going to use some numeric up downs because that's more straightforward. I do feel like setting this up in some sort of other thing that's a little bit nicer could be good, but eh. And then let's shrink this a bit. Let's give maximum days as 365. Why not? Okay, so one of the things that I'm also going to want to do is I'm going to want to set this back color from control to control light. The reason for that is because if you leave it just control, it will kind of absorb the color of the other previous thing. Okay, so let's just copy this. I'll set it up in just a sec, but okay. Then this thing can be shrunk to about there to fit. Okay, this is going to be hours, and it's going to have a maximum of let's see, I could set it to 23. So I think I will. Now I could put this at 24 and have it, if it rolls over to 24, it sets the what's the word I'm looking for? It changes the days thing. So I might give this some greater capacity and allow it to kind of auto convert. So let's just go ahead and give this 1,000 and do that, because I think it would be instructive to kind of set that up and potentially, fine to do. And let's give this 1,000 as well. Not that I'm expecting anybody to put in 1,000, but so there's a couple of things that I want to do. So first of all, this is a time span setter. So I'm going to let's just double click on each of these because there's just going to be value changed on those. Set time. So I'm just going to put int days, int hours, int minutes, and go days dot value equals days, hours dot value equal hours, and guess what? Minutes dot value equal minutes. Pretty straightforward. Actually, I don't really care if days value changes in terms of changing it, but I'm going to need it to do some stuff for updating things. So I think actually just kind of looking at the clock that I'm going to go ahead and end here for now. And next time we'll come back and continue working on this. So until then, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.